greenhouse energy gases from industries to the atmosphere have accelerated the climate crisis, leading to many other changes around the world.
Most definitely, and the revolution in the energy sector is using renewable energy. Have also stated that to reduce the harmful cases in the atmosphere in Kenya, which is one of the countries that has been affected by the impacts of climate change,
has started planting billions of trees so as to benefit from the carbon market initiative. However, a lot needs to be done to solve the climate crisis. Josh Onsari reports.
Climate change for years now has continued to dim livelihoods, alter weather patterns, and even cause death. The world's growing population is worrying. If the right measures are not put in place to solve the climate crisis, the outcome in the future will result in a disaster. Kenya has endured 3 severe droughts in the past 10 years. The 2020 to 2023 drought was the most severe, leading to loss of livelihoods and displacement of people. Over 4 million Kenyans faced hunger crises, with areas that are considered the country's breadbasket, like Western Kenya, Rift Valley, and Central, experiencing depressed rainfall.
Have longer droughts, and then we have floods following right after that. So these are some of the things that we are seeing locally as impacts of climate change in Kenya.
During the United Nations Climate Change Conference COP27 held in Egypt, a breakthrough to have a funding framework for countries hit by climate-related disasters was reached. UN Climate Change Executive Secretary Simon Stiel stated that members under the umbrella of the United Nations are deliberating on addressing the countries hit by the effects of climate change.
Countries that have to produce carbon dioxide to survive can buy our credits, and that's why they should be paying us.
The United Nations COP26 summit led 103 countries, including 15 major emitters, to sign up to the global pledge, which aims to limit emissions by 30% by 2030.
Individuals are doing a lot to be able to reduce the causes of climate change. So one thing is emissions, so reducing emissions, developing in a more sustainable way, but also increasing the sinks.
As part of our give to the world, as a researcher, we have actually cracked the methane gas production from human activities. We call them anthropogenic sources of carbon dioxide, or methane gas. And we have actually provided a solution that is being deployed to different countries.
To reduce dire effects of the gases, Kenya has committed to halt and reverse forest loss and land degradation by 2032. President William Ruto is leading from the front to see 15 billion trees planted across the country.
Kila mmoja wetu, mashirika, wizara na vitengo vyote, private sector, civil society, watu wote wanapaswa kujumuika na mambo ya kupanda miti.
So far in Africa, Kenya, Malawi, Gabon, Nigeria and Togo have already indicated their intention to collaborate with the market.
As many trees as possible, if they are planted all around the world, there will be enough, they will be able to absorb all the carbon we are producing.
Another mitigation factor is the use of clean energy. Experts say it's the only way to deal with the greenhouse gas emissions.
We depend largely on geothermal and very little percentage on fossil fuel. And so because of that, then we are able to play our part in contributing to reduction of greenhouse gases.
Because climate change is a worldwide phenomenon, it needs all the countries to participate equally.
To realize the benefits of carbon funds, President William Ruto has signed into law amendments in the Climate Change Act of 2016 to provide for the regulation of the carbon markets. I sought to find out how the law will streamline the market for this resource.
The policies put in place are not being taken to the grassroots, where the people who actually do the planting of trees, development of energy projects like biogas, development of water, small hydros, would actually come in and take up the opportunity to generate the carbon credit.
Clause 12 Part 4A provides for trade in carbon markets under Section 23B. The trade in carbon market shall ensure that transactions in carbon trading as carried out under the Act aim towards a reduction of greenhouse gas emissions as per the prescribed carbon standards, among others. Clause 12, Section 23F regulates the share of proceeds and cancellation rates and compels the national and county governments to undertake best practices regarding the share of proceeds and cancellation rates for overall global mitigation. The carbon market experts have raised concerns since the Climate Change Act does not provide a legal framework for carbon trading.
There is no muscle, there is no organization that takes to account those who have not implemented the carbon emission limits.
Joash Onsare, TV 47, Nairobi.